This video is brought to you by EntrepreneurT-shirts.co, the world's #1 t-shirt store for entrepreneurs and hustlers. For a very limited time, you can get a massive 20% off your first purchase by using the discount code HUSTLE. Click the link in the description box below this video to see the full range of clothing now.
Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Chris Winter, the Friendly Entrepreneur. And in this video, I want to go over a couple of business ideas for you that you might be able to start in 2019, even if you're a total beginner. Now, I believe pretty much everyone can start a business, but sometimes you don't really know exactly what you could do. There are so many different ways in which you can make money online these days, so I thought I would be able to share with you a couple of ideas which I think are really good, and I can give you a few tips on how to start each one. Now, in future videos, I'll definitely go a lot more in depth on each of these kind of topics and little businesses that you can start, but I thought that this would be a nice kind of broad overview to start off with. Now, if this is the first time you're watching a video of mine, first off, welcome. It's so great to have you here, and I want to help you really start to get your business mind going, and we'll have a whole lot of fun as well. So if you haven't done it yet, please do subscribe, and if you do enjoy this video, I'd love it if you leave it a like. But anyway, let's jump into the very first business that you can look to start in 2019. Okay, so my first idea for you is one that I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to be really, really big in the coming years because there's a big movement towards self-education and people really learning things online rather than going through the traditional route of going to high school and then going to college or university and then getting a job. These days, people want to learn a lot more specifics kind of things rather than learning a big broad subject. And I think a lot of people are also realizing that you generally are paying a lot of money. It could be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year to learn something that might not guarantee you a job in the end. So like I said before, what I'm talking about is actually selling courses online. And I think this is a great way, even if you haven't really built up a big audience or anything, to make a fair bit of good passive income. And this one can be really passive as well, because all you need to do is make a course on something that you're interested in. You can film it, edit it, and maybe write a script or something like that, and be done in around about 3 to 5 days. Now that might sound like a very quick amount of time, but trust me, I've made plenty of courses and this is totally possible. So let's talk about making courses. Where would we sell them? Well, there's a few different ways. You can either sell it on your own website. So you might get something like a Shopify website, sign up for that. It's about $29 a month to host that. And you can sell them on there as a digital download. You could sell it on something like teachable.com, which is a fantastic training kind of site where you can, it's pretty much dedicated to hosting your own courses. That costs around about $39 a month, but that one's a really good website. And then you could also look to sell on kind of course marketplaces. The big ones are Udemy.com, which is probably the biggest one. I actually take a few courses on there as well. And you can also look at something called Skillshare.com, which is a place in which you can sign up for a membership and have access to a whole lot of courses. But the way that it will generally work is that you'll pick your own niche. So, for example, I really love photography. So my kind of hobby is taking photos. So a way in which I could create a course is to think, okay, I'm going to make a course on beginner photography, and I can, sit down one weekend, come up with a couple of different options and a couple of different ideas, and then maybe structure it out, and then sit down and make the videos. Now, they don't have to be the absolute best videos. You don't have to have the best lighting equipment, the best camera. It doesn't have to be silky smooth editing. People just want to know some information, and generally, if you really like that kind of topic, or if it's kind of your niche, it's your hobby, it's something that you really like to talk about, you can just sit down and tell people all about it. And people will actually be happy to pay for this, because I went to college for 4 years doing a media degree. And I've got to tell you, I didn't learn that much that I would actually, consider beneficial. The other day, I took a course on Udemy.com, and it was about how to create a course online. Crazy, huh? And in that 2-hour course, which cost me $15, I learned so much more than I did all the time at university. So I think it's kind of, the game is really changing in the education space. So if you do have something that you're passionate about, it might be, it might be doing crafts. It might be teaching people how to shoot hoops. It might be teaching people how to play tennis better. It might be teaching people your tips on chess. It might be teaching people how to do well with business, which is something that I'm doing right here. You can create a course. It might be an hour, 2-hour course, and then you can sell it for about $50. $50, you might sell it for $100, you might sell it for $20. But either way, once you've built that course, it's pretty much done, and then people can just download it whenever. And every morning, if people are downloading it, you're going to get a little notification on your phone, a little ding, and it says you've just got a $50 payment for your course. So that's number one. I think that's a really good way to start a business if you know a little bit about a subject. Now, the next way you could make some money in 2019 is one that I'm actually quite passionate about, and that's called affiliate marketing. Now, if you don't know what affiliate marketing is, well, it's essentially a way in which you promote something or you recommend something, and then you can generally get a commission if someone goes from your link and then ends up buying the product. So, for example, one of the biggest affiliate websites in the world is Amazon.com, and I'm sure you all know about that. They have a program called Amazon Associates, and I've been a part of this one for about 5 years. And the way that this works is, for example, I have a YouTube channel about photography. So if I was to review a camera, let's say a Canon 70D, I did a review, I told my honest thoughts, oh yeah, it's a good camera, some things I don't like, some things I do like, and then people watch that. Let's say that review gets 50,000 views. It's totally possible because people are always searching to see if it's a good kind of camera or a good product. If I put a link in the description box below under my YouTube channel, and people click on that link, then if they end up buying that camera within the 24 hours, I get a 4% commission on that. So if that camera is $1,000, I've made $40 instantly on that just one video. The great thing with someone like Amazon though, and this is where it gets like really quite cool, is that whatever they buy in the next 24 hours after clicking your link, you get a commission on that as well. So let's say that they buy that camera, or they don't even end up buying that camera, but they end up buying a pair of shoes for $100. They buy a lens for the camera for $200, and they buy a baby stroller. That was one of my things that someone bought a long time ago. You might end up making $50 just off those items alone. So this is how affiliate marketing works, and it can be really, really good. Again, this is one of those kind of passive incomes where you do a little bit of work up front. You might do some reviews, you might do some blog posts, you might post to Twitter or Instagram or something like that. And then it kind of just keeps on rolling in. So another thing that you kind of need to remember with affiliate marketing is that people generally might not just see your review on that first day. They might be looking at that review a year later, 2 years later. In fact, I have a lot of videos on my channels where I still get passive income, affiliate income for like 2 years later on. So it's really great, and it's definitely one to take a look at. Now, like I said, Amazon's definitely one of the bigger players in the affiliate field with their Amazon Associates, but you can also look at things like Shopify.com. They have an affiliate program where you can make about $30 for everyone who signs up. You've got a website hosting service called Bluehost. They've got a really popular affiliate program. Things like ClickBank also do that. The world is really just your unlimited with affiliate marketing. So all you need to do is possibly just type in a website. So it might be Target, it might be Amazon, and then after it, type in affiliate, and generally on Google, you'll find their affiliate program. It's a great way to share your reviews, your ideas on something, and then you can also get a commission generally as well. And again, the great thing about this is that it doesn't affect the price that the person who you're recommending pays. So again, if they go to Amazon.com and they buy that camera lens, they're not paying any more. You're just getting a little bit of a cut from Amazon. Another way in which you can make money in 2019 is through selling on Etsy. Now, if you don't know what Etsy is, it's one of the largest kind of websites where you can sell pretty much anything that you've made or you've designed or anything like that. So it's a really big website for a lot of people who like to do crafts and handmade things. So if you're into maybe designing, or you're good with your hands, you're good at making little kind of knickknacks or things like that. If you like to make t-shirts, if you like to make candles, if you like to make kind of themed goods, Etsy is a fantastic way to do that. And you can also sell digital downloads as well. I know a lot of people who've made over $100,000 a year on Etsy by selling things like cutout templates for kids clothing and things like that. So Etsy is a fantastic way, especially if you are a little bit better at kind of the hands-on stuff rather than more of the computer stuff. But it's a great platform. It's very, very popular with a lot of women. So if that's kind of your market, or if that's something that you're interested in as well, you could start looking on Etsy and see, oh, what's popular, what are people actually buying? And the great thing about Etsy is that they do pretty much all of the marketing for you. So there's already going to be millions and millions of people on Etsy who are looking for things. So if you're there, if you're in the right kind of place and you show up on Etsy, it's fantastic. And you don't have to do any kind of external advertising or anything. Their people are already there. I've found that Etsy's platform works really quite well. They're good with their payments, but you could definitely have something set up and make a little bit of money from your crafts or whatever you want to do on Etsy. Now, if you do already have a product, this is another way in which you can make money, but do it through your own kind of website. And pretty much all people these days who are selling online are using a program called Shopify. It's a website, shopify.com. It's a fantastic website. I've been using it for about 5 years, and essentially what it allows you to do is create your own e-commerce website. And it's really easy to make these days. You can pretty much have a website up and running in about 20 minutes, and you can even upload your photos for your products and things like that, and it just works really, really well. You can connect it to things like PayPal to get paid, or they also have Stripe payments. All of this kind of thing is really easy, and essentially the reason why you would want to start your business on something like Shopify rather than Etsy, a few different reasons. First off, Etsy is probably going to take a larger cut. Obviously, because you're on their website, they're going to take a percentage, so they can make a little bit of money. The other thing with something like Shopify is that you can generally get the email addresses of the people who are buying from you or visiting your website, whereas with Etsy, they don't generally allow you to contact your customers that much after they've purchased from you. So if you want to kind of get started, I'd probably look into something like Etsy. But if you want to build a really big brand, or you think that you want to be able to customize your website a fair bit, you want to have your own custom domain name, so something like sarahscandles.com, Shopify is generally going to be a better way for that. The best thing about Shopify, I feel, is that they let you kind of have a free trial. It's a 14-day free trial, so you can go in, do absolutely everything you need to do. You can design your site, you can upload your products, you can test it out. Really make sure it's all good before you pay anything, and that's one of the better things about Shopify. So you can see, is it for you, whether or not it is good. I'll put a link in the description box below. It's an affiliate link, and you can check it out. 14-day trial with Shopify as well. Cool. Now, if you're good with social media, you're good with things like Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Snapchat, all of those kind of things, I'd definitely take a look at being a social media consultant, or really helping people out with their social media. Now, a lot of older people, or a lot of older generation still aren't that good with social media, and they don't really understand just how massive a thing it is. These days, a lot of companies still aren't even using like a proper website. They don't have a proper Instagram page. They don't have a proper Facebook page. And I think that they're really missing out on a lot of traffic and a lot of new eyeballs onto their business. So I think a lot of younger people, or you might be a little bit older, but you're still really techie, you can provide a great service to them. And essentially what you would do is go to a company. It might be your uncle's company. It might be a friend of a friend. They might have a dentist. They might have they might be a lawyer. They might be a doctor, something like that. You can go to them and say, hey, I'll post on your social media for you, and I'll manage your social media, and I'll charge you $500 a month. And again, that might sound like it's a fair bit of money, but they will totally do that because they don't really have a great idea on how to actually use social media. And not only that, they don't have the time to be constantly posting things on social media. So this is definitely a great way to do it. And imagine if you end up getting maybe 5 clients at $500 a month, that's $2,500 a month. And all you need to do is post a few photos, maybe a few videos on social media, which you're probably already on as well. So being a social media consultant, or kind of a little bit of an agency, is definitely a great way to get started if you know your way around Facebook and YouTube. And I'm guessing you do if you're watching this video. Now, speaking about watching this video, you are on YouTube, and as you can probably tell, or as you can probably guess, the next little business that I reckon you could start is by starting a YouTube channel. Now, I've been on YouTube for nearly 5 years now. I actually have a second channel. This is my new channel. This is my entrepreneur channel. My first channel and my main channel is about photography. Who would have guessed it? I like talking about photography. But that's got around 330,000 subscribers, and that gets watched by about 1.5 million people every month. So it's pretty big. So I think that there's so many ways in which you can make money off of YouTube, but the best way is to just get started. Now, it can really seem like a very saturated kind of platform these days, but it doesn't really matter. There are so many people watching YouTube that I reckon that even if you are a little bit scared, you're a little bit timid about starting, it's totally time to start. What are you going to make videos on? Again, I think we're going to look into that kind of niche where you're interested in it. So on my photography channel, I talk about cameras because I like talking about cameras, and to my friends and my family, I'm talking about cameras all the time. So I figure I can talk to a lens and talk into a camera and talk about it. I also like talking about entrepreneurship and making money online. So now I made a channel about this. So think about what you like to talk about, what your hobbies are, what you're good at talking about, what you have a little bit of knowledge about, and make a channel about that. It doesn't matter if it's a small topic, because if you like it, there's probably going to be at least 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people in the world who like it as well, and they're looking for content to watch as well, because most people are really bored and they just want to watch something that they enjoy listening to. So again, just start a YouTube channel. If you haven't done it yet, it's a great idea. If it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out, but it's definitely a great way to build a little bit of a platform, especially if you want to, sell your products on Etsy or sell your candles that I was talking about. You can make a channel about candle making. That would be pretty cool. And then you can sell your candles as well. There you go. And you can link to other candle accessories on YouTube, on Amazon, and get an affiliate commission. See, there's so many different ways in which you can make money, but YouTube is 100%. Start one today if you haven't done it yet. Now, if you don't want to create your own brand, but you still want to do some work online, I'd definitely look at something like working on Upwork.com. That's upwork.com. I actually use Upwork.com, but I don't post on it. I hire people on Upwork as things like virtual assistants. I get people to help me out with my web design. I also get some people to help me out with writing and things like that. So essentially what Upwork does is act as kind of a way in which you can find freelancers. So let's say that you're really good at writing. You enjoy writing, you enjoy writing novels or copywriting or something like that. Essentially what you can do is put your profile up there and you say, okay, I will write for you for $20 an hour. If I had seen that, I would have been like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And I can hire you on an hourly basis. So essentially it's a great way of finding a little bit of work for what you're specialized in. Like it could be writing, it could be virtual assisting, it could be pretty much anything. Even if you're an accountant, I've actually hired accountants on Upwork as well, which is pretty crazy. They might be a little bit more expensive, maybe $50 an hour, but whatever you're good at, if you don't have a job right now, but you want to do like a little bit on the side, Upwork is definitely one to check out. And one of my favorite ways in making money online in 2019 is with print on demand. And I actually do this myself. Now, if you don't want to know what print on demand is, it's essentially where you will work with a warehouse or a fulfillment center, and you'll create a design. So for example, I actually have one right now. I own a company called entrepreneurtshirts.co. It's a place where I sell t-shirts, hoodies, and all this good stuff for entrepreneurs and hustlers, and they're kind of motivational t-shirts. In fact, I'm wearing one right now. This is my hustle t-shirt. And the way that print on demand works is that you will upload a design. You can do it in something like Photoshop or on Canva if you want to get something for free. And then all you need to do is choose the products, put them on your website, again, something like shopify.com, link in the description. And then what you can do is if someone buys that, that'll go straight to a place called Printful. Again, this is a great app that you can use. I'll put a link in the description to Printful as well. And what they'll do is go and get the shirt, they'll print the t-shirt for you, they'll package it, and they'll send it off pretty much 100% hands-free for you. And in the end, you just get a little bit of profit. So for example, let's say a t-shirt of mine might cost $10, $12 to buy on Printful. Then if I sell this t-shirt for $30, I'm gonna make around about a $20 profit. And all I have to do is just upload this design. Once it's done, it's gonna be a passive income, so orders come in every day for me. I don't have to do anything. All I hear is that kind of cha-ching sound on my Shopify account, and it's a really cool way of doing it. So I'm definitely gonna be making more videos on print on demand in the future. It's a massive, great market at the moment, things are very, very smooth. So I'd highly recommend looking into this. If you do want to find out more about that, definitely subscribe because I'll be making lots of videos on print on demand in the future. Sweet, so there you go guys. There were a few business ideas that hopefully I inspired you even just a little bit for 2019. If you haven't done it yet, definitely make sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna have a lot of fun and a lot of success in 2019. I can absolutely feel it. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna see you in the next video. See you for now.